This location came to us through our composer Russell, and he just happened to know the family that owns the property, and we were all just really blown away by it. It's got these amazing Gothic kind of cathedral ceilings inside the barn. So I liked that that contrast of something very rural and pastoral and isolated with something that's kind of like cavernous and a little intimidating.
So this barn is fantastic. It is like a pretty pristine barn. It's like we're calling it the Cathedral Barn, and it's just a wide open space. It's almost like having your own studio wide open. So it's really well built. It's got these huge cathedral arches, and it's awesome. So it's been great shooting in there today.
It's kind of boring, but logistically the barn worked really well because we would be able to bring the crew together, and we'd be able to hang out in just one location all day, and we could use the interior, the exterior, and the lower level, which effectively kind of gave us 3 locations in one. That way we could kind of maximize our time since we're really fighting against the clock.
How quickly could I shoot it? Because it's the 48-hour film festival, so you have to try to do it with economy.
My motivation was just to write a script that allowed everybody to kind of like showcase what they can do. We've got a really great cast, and I wanted to give each of them a pretty meaty part. So I tried to write a movie that had a good ensemble where everybody was kind of sharing the screen at the same time.
Hi, my name's Shanelle Marie, and I am playing Tracy. Tracy is trying to find her brother and save him. He has been kidnapped, and her and her friends, Natalie, are at this place where they've been told her brother Travis is going to be, and they don't see him.
She's trying to get her brother back from the bad guys. And so the whole movie is built around the exchange, where she has something that the bad guys want, and in exchange, hopefully she'll be able to get back her brother.
So she's very determined to rescue her brother. This is not something that happens every day, but she is trying to hold down the situation and take control.
Basically what happens is it's the classic Mexican standoff, where you've got people on both sides with guns, sort of a gridlock. You got to figure out what's going on. And so our protagonists and our antagonists are locked in this struggle, and the film is about how they get out of it.
I'm thinking of stripping down everybody and setting fire to them. Hey, my name's Louie, Cowan, and I'm playing the role of Joe. Joe's one of the henchmen. Told you they'd be here.
Well, what do you know? You did something right.
He's got bad intentions throughout this whole thing. But, those are some of the best folks to play.
I'm Emily Bach, and I'm playing Natalie. I think that she is not as confident about what's going on and how the situation is going to play out as her friend Tracy is. I think that she's a little bit more jumpy. She's never been in a situation like this, and I don't think Tracy has either. I think she's just flat out scared and doesn't do as good a job as Tracy does of hiding that is the real thing. I think that probably what she's feeling is hopefully what the audience will feel in the different segments of this film.
I'm playing Bridget. I'm a henchwoman. I think she's badass. I think she is faithful to Philip. I think she's in love with Philip. She admires him. I think they're after money and more money. A key to more money. And I think she wants to get the job done. She's badass. She gets a hold of a gun, threatened to shoot someone. I love that. The guns. I love holding it. It's fun. It's fun to play the character in the sunglasses, so nobody really can see what my eyes are saying.
Wow, I'm doing all of the basic makeup, and I'm doing the special effects, blood splatter, that sort of thing. I did a little distressing on the clothes, on the women. And I used some paint just to make it look really grimy, and then I had to go find some blood on the farm and splattered them a little bit with real blood, with real mud. I don't like to use dirt all the time because it'll dry and that sort of thing. So to keep the just to be able to keep the scene going, I like to use paints. You know, like with the bruising in particular, I just kind of imagined him in a fight, getting an uppercut to the lip and then getting socked in the eye. I kind of try to play out the scene in my head to see where different bruises and cuts and that sort of thing will land naturally for the actor. I used an alcohol activated makeup for the bruising, and I just used some latex, and I make a blood, and there's a blood that I buy as well. But yeah, it was pretty simple. But I've really enjoyed working with the actors. They've been awesome. They've been really good group of people.
I'm playing Matt Phillips. He's the sort of the main bad guy. He stays very calm and cool. He lets his henchmen kind of do all the physical action. He doesn't carry a gun. I tend to lose my temper only for effect to scare somebody, and I've got a plan, and these people are interrupting my plan.
All of a sudden, I mean, we're breaking down, which is fine.
Sure.
So let's try this. Okay. Obviously, I want there to be visual variety. I don't want everything to be locked down on tripods. I want there to be movement. So we've got a dolly system here today. We try to frame things interestingly so that things are a little bit askew or off kilter. So this is not. We just don't want it all to be very locked down. We want it to be dynamic. We want it to move. We want the actors to move. We want the camera to move. We want it to feel very alive. Leigh, the DP, this is the first time we've worked together. I've only known her. We've had a couple meetings. It's been fantastic. We're really collaborative. We haven't stepped on each other's toes. We're always looking for the best shot, and so far it's been great.
Yes, I think it looks spectacular.
Today I'm the DP of the shoot, director of photography. When setting up the shots, I try to think about the mood of the scene. If it's more of a sinister scene, maybe we want to light it a little darker and more dramatic. We want to make the characters stand out from the background. We want to give them space in which they can work and just make it look gorgeous. The dolly is a platform on wheels that we can glide across two rails, and we use it just to add some subtle camera movement, because a lot of what we've been doing today are more static shots and letting the action kind of happen in front of us. So it's nice to let a scene kind of breathe just by adding some of that subtle camera movement.
Actually, I want more light, a little bit more light on Shanelle.
Today we're using Canon 5D Mark IIIs.
Much better. That's it.
I like using them because they're lightweight, because we can attach our monitors, our audio, everything to it. With the versatility of lenses that we have, it's nice to be able to swap on and off lenses and still be able to record in HD and get that nice shallow depth of field if we want it.
So as the key grip today, I've been mainly focused on collaborating with the cinematographer on lighting and also managing the track and the dolly. So the dolly we're using is actually homemade. It's a piece of plywood with some skateboard wheels. It rolls on PVC pipe. So to set up a scene, it takes about 5 to 15 minutes, sometimes longer, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing a wide shot and you have to plan out, you have to get matching light temperatures all throughout, and you have to add a dolly into that. That's going to take you a little bit more time.
I was kind of basing it off of just things that I knew from, suspense thrillers. I knew that there needed to be a lot of dramatic pauses, a lot of distance between notes, and to create some surprise, sections in there where you have some impact. As far as instruments go, a lot of it is very sort of airy pads, using a lot of synth type pads, which I have in my system here. And then what I tried to do to create a little bit more of a natural feel to it was add some instruments like piano, to create some of that dissonance between kind of what's expected and then these very unnatural sort of pad instruments that are happening in the background and morphing behind things. I wanted the opening theme to sort of be mimicked in the closing credits, but I wanted the closing credits to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more driving. So when we open the film, you've got a score that's you're not quite sure about, that sort of is a little bit unsettling but also soothing at the same time. It kind of creates that dissonance we were talking about. I think the audience will probably connect with the end credits the most. To be fair, it's probably the most relatable. It's the poppiest, but from a pure writing to film aspect, I feel like the main scene, the shootout scene, is one of the strongest in terms of really playing up the emotion that's going on in the film.
It's hard to narrow it down to a favorite part. It's all been a lot of fun. I mean, being able to work with everyone. I think actually what it's been is seeing the script come to life, seeing what the actors have put into it, and seeing how they've taken on their characters and just made them, I don't know, really sinister people. It's pretty cool.
Working with this really tight cast, a great cast, Ian Short, Emily Bach, Shanelle, and the whole sort of vibe has been really cool. So it's been one of those days where you're really intense, with the work, but inside you're also enjoying it a whole lot.
It's always a fun collaboration. We're making new discoveries while we film. Suddenly somebody comes up with an idea. Somebody decides what if I hand a rose over to, this person? And we just suddenly switch it up. Excuse me.
Come here, you. Come here.